Hello from welcome Takes Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's items only, the investment I'm going to talk about today will be 30 ETH. It's my second posting of today. With respect to recording time of 2:28 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $4,084, up about 0.55% so far. As you can see clearly on the overall crypto market and the equity market, it's relatively green, with some micro affectation driving some altcoin down a little bit more than others. Just to name a few, right? MagTech's currently down about 4%. Seems like, we could not break to the all-time high that we have tested, basically the $3 mark. Right now it's selling back down. Also, Luna doing something comparable, right? We could not get to the $101, or at least sustain for a long level. A lot of people place their sell order around when we hit a monumental flat number, which obviously 100, that would be considered one. So right now it's down about 6.28%. And on the media front, I would say collectively, beside that, the airline suspensions or flights being canceled news that we've heard from 2 days ago, I would say collectively, as we had the Boxing Day, the Christmas Day, the Christmas Eve, relatively more of a non-active on the media front. Today, a lot of media companies or publication companies are playing catch-up, so there are a lot more news that's been popping up on an hourly basis, right? Just to name a few, right, chronologically, the first one that I see on the news is Bazinga talk about more Bored Ape NFT transactions being made. The first one is talk about one that's a blue monkey, and the Bored Ape is labeled as 5204, sold for $321,000 in Ethereum earlier today. And then the other one on Bazinga about 1 hour ago talked about Shaq launches NFT collection, showing growing interest by adding Shaq ETH to portfolio on his Twitter and recent posts. So it seems like Shaq is buying Ethereum, and he's also have growing interest onto releasing more NFTs. And the NFTs are more cultivated around, like, obviously his legacy, right, as a Laker. I actually like the Laker Shaq when him and Kobe were basically the 1-2 punch. It's my favorite era, and I think the 98, 99 Lakers team was definitely one of my favorites, and it's one of my favorite teams that I use when I play 2K. I don't know if you guys ever played the NBA 2K games. I've been playing ever since 2K11, when I think, well, 2K10, if I am not mistaken, is when Michael Jordan was the cover, and the game was basically cultivated around his multiple different era when Michael Jordan in the flu game, when he was hitting that 7 3-pointers in the Clyde Drexler's game, when he was the final game, obviously when he was wearing the Jordan 14th, the rookie game, etc., etc. The game was cultivated around Michael Jordan, and I remember beside obviously using the 96 Bulls, which is the all-time great team, right? I always love to use the vintage teams like the old Lakers with like Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, obviously Abdul-Jabbar, and Magic Johnson, Kobe and Shaq, Froby and Shaq, obviously. And I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually a huge NBA fanatic. I collect a lot of jerseys. I'm not sure if you guys saw my posting on my jersey collection that I've done, I'll say a couple months ago. I'm a huge fan of sports memorabilia. I watched the game. I think I watched all the Christmas games, and it's a good game. I think my favorite one was definitely the Phoenix Suns against what was that team? The Warriors and Lakers against what's that team? Nets, right? I don't know what's going on with the Lakers right now. It seems like they have the team. It seems like if you play in 2K in the video game perspective, you have like basically all the legends, but somehow the team is not working out, which is kind of interesting to see. Seems like I'm going off topic again. And then the other news that I'm seeing here is just more around NFT commercialization. There's also one talked about on CNBC about 4 hours ago with respect to Terra, which is our new inclusion. And I also have included a new crypto coin today. It's called elrond, which is a highly requested one for one of my friends. So I want to just get back to him. So I'll dive into the technicals in a bit as well. So that's pretty much on the news front. Just trending away. Seems like the wedge is still percolating, and thus we are building that next momentum coming. So right now, as a recording of basically 2:30 p.m. on Eastern time, we are hovering away, just try to test the $4,150, which is the next level resistance level. We're levitating between the level of that. Obviously, 4,000 is a monumental flat number, so we get the benefit of the doubt that that's the level that we are hovering around. So just consolidating, not doing much because of I think the sell-off was pretty much baked in. And right now we're just seeing the rally across the entire market as investors have more confidence into buying into the financial market all over again. Respect to Bitcoin is currently attempting to test the 52,700 all over again with the 52 out of 70, so at the neutral level, but on the upper echelon one. And as we form that break that next level, we will have a long way to go up to the 59, basically at 60,000. So we'll see how that goes to see if the momentum is sustainable. Seems like we could be, if but it seems like in terms of like growth trajectory, I think Ethereum has a much better momentum in terms of its setup right now in comparisons to Bitcoin. But we'll see how it goes based on its own micro affectation, because majorly what we've been talking about just like more of the macro affectation, right? Dogecoin is at 19 cents right now, up about not really much, just about 0.5% right now. At the moment, again, anywhere from the 16 to below to 15 was the dip, right? Right now is the neutral level, not the best, not the worst, so a lot of just mediocre level of buying in right now. But if you buy in now, it's just like prepare to hold it for a long term, but it's still not terrible, right? Cardano right now is surging, and it's at the basically 60 out of 70, so it's reaching a more of a higher upper echelon in comparisons to Dogecoin, Ethereum, and even Bitcoin. Right now, we are contemplating can we sustain to go up to 160, which is the first level. You could see clearly that's the level, and 155 is the comfort level based on the historical consolidation zone. And then the next one is a big leap up, right, to 173, right? And basically 170, to be honest with you. Not really 173, just that people sell when they saw 170. That's why people want to also sell just on a little bit of a higher margin perspective, right? So again, on the yellow lines is where I would ideally buy at, 134 to 120. Solana is at $200 right now. I don't know what's happening with the chart. Let me just fix this real quick. Apologies. It seems like just it was blown out of proportion. Right now is basically contemplating, do we stay around the 200? It seems like the volatility is pretty much subsided a little bit. We were surging relatively nicely before because of the golden cross. But you could see that golden cross has been forming for quite some time now with the 57 out of 70. So just a matter of time until we sell back down again, right? I think, again, 155, which was the dip that we've seen 2 weekends ago and the subsequent Saturday as well. So 155, 133 to 113 is still a better level for us. XRP is up about 2% right now. 93 to 88 is still the dip for us. I think 88 to 78 was the dip, right? We have seen that 2 consecutive Saturdays ago. So hopefully this is helpful. Right now, this is at an okay level. A lot of mediocre levels again, right? Polkadot is up about 5% right now. We are running all-time high, 53 out of 70. So it's the upper echelon of overbought right now. And at the moment, we're trying to basically get to the next level, $33 or $34 exactly. And after that, we'll break to basically the 38, right? And you can see how many times it got canceled out at the 40. So 40 is going to be a big monumental level for us to crack through. And I don't think we have a high shot of actually cracking through that level. But if you buy it now, just be prepared that the sell-off might be coming back because of the overbought that we're at right now. Algorand's up about 4%. At the moment, we are basically contemplating can we go back up to 177, which you could see that we couldn't. We got to 173, kind of cool back down. And basically the next level that we have to get to for us to sustain will be somewhere around 180, but you could see how clearly that 170 is even already having a tough time cracking through. And we at the same time we overbought right now with the 60 out of 70. So I think Algorand is probably just another mediocre one. Shiba Inu is up about 2.05%, again anywhere from 2,900 below. MagTac is selling off because we could not get to $3. We sold off at $2.92, not even close to $2.99 at all. So people just gave up on that front. Right now, we're at a very overbought level, 64 out of 70, so you know what that means, right? I think the sell-off is going to come back down to ideally test somewhere around like the 242 first, and then come back down slowly, subside to 175 to 143 below. AVAX up about close to 6% right now, 81 to 60, comparable to MagTech. That's where I would ideally buy at. Luna is selling off because we could not crack $100 and above. We're at the 67 out of 70, so still overbought. We are at the curvature right now, so more sell-off is coming. So again, it's gonna be a bloody show. Just to be honest with you, I think we'll get some consolidation around 75 first. But ideally for me to even feel comfortable would be 62, 52 to 45, which are the better levels for us. In respect to a new inclusion, I've been looking into elrond. This is a highly requested one from my boys, my friend here. So it seems like we are relatively oversold at the moment. Let's take a look at it closely. We are at a neutral level, like not terrible, not the worst. And I think as we sell down a little bit more, I think right now is a fair level, right? Because of how many times we have formed the bottoms in the past, right? You could see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see clearly we are, resisting nicely around the current level. So I give this like a fair level at the moment. And then subsequently, as you go down further, I think another one would be 270, and then another one would be somewhere around like the 265. I think these are the next good levels for us to get down to. I don't think we'll actually come all the way back down to somewhere around like the 250. I think that will be really relatively oversold, knowing the fact that we are at basically the lower echelon of the neutral level already. It seems like we're bouncing off nicely. It seems like the rebound is coming for elrond, but obviously if you had a better opportune time, you would have bought in at a much earlier level, right? But if you're just catching on for the first time, I think right now it's actually not terrible for you to incur some risk at the moment. But you have to watch the needle. It seems like on the RSI front, it's already selling down right now. And sorry for the chart, it's like a little bit too tight, too small for us to see. I'm using a different platform. It's called TradingView. I use like Webull typically, but Webull doesn't have elrond for some reason. So anyways. And with respect to the risk management level, these are levels I identified so far. Made some revisions here and there for the collective coins. I also included the elrond ones. Feel free to use this as a reference, right? I think there are a lot of ones that are just mediocre, including the ones that I'm talking about with respect to elrond, but I included it here. And I think, as we deplete back to like a 30 on an RSI scale, I think the level would be somewhere around like the 265, 267-ish, right? Ultimately, it's like more of an art than a science, right? These are not exact numbers, right? And then obviously, based on the notes that I see here, that I listed out for you guys, is that it's just for your reference only. These are just like rounded up numbers, right? So really appreciate you for joining me again on this second one today. Hope you guys all have a great Monday, and also spend some more time, relaxing until the year end. I know I shall be. Today I just had my team meeting, the last one for this year. So I look forward to seeing my friends and my workers, my colleagues in New Year's. And but you see me every single day anyways. There's no time off for me. Despite I love what I'm doing, right? I love chatting with you guys. So this is not really work for me. But I really appreciate the kind notes that you give me on a daily basis. So that's it really. Let me know how it goes and take it easy. Bye.